Welcome to the 10 Acre Woods. My name's Mark, and today we're going to do a few things, but first of all, I just wanted to give you a little update on these guys. Here there is a Monarch caterpillar here, and here we've been collecting them just over the past few weeks when we see them on the milkweed. And it's a little hard to tell, but there's one there, a chrysalis. And there's another chrysalis right back there. Now, Tiana came in the other day, and she went, "What is this?" And she went up the wall, and look at this. We have an escapee. So a chrysalis is on the wall. So what we'll do is we'll just snip off the webbing, and we'll remount it up on the top here. Here's another chrysalis up here. There's a little string here that you can see. We relocated one in the past. Here's another chrysalis here. And we've been releasing these guys as they've been coming out. So again, the reason why we've got them in here is because what happens is they have a high mortality rate because of wasps. Wasps will lay eggs inside the caterpillar and kill them, using them as a host for their young. So they're nice and safe in here. Right, Toby? What do you think? Hey? Now, we want to make sure we do relocate that one up there because our cat, wherever she may be, is very interested in the butterfly. So we don't want to have a problem with that. Anyway, let's go outside, and we're going to start working on the shelter that we've started. I think a couple videos ago, and we'll hopefully get that done this weekend. And another thing I want to do is, some of you have been asking about Manya and Molly, so the rescued pony we got in over the winter and had her foal here, and we rehomed both of them together. So we'll do that. I contacted the owners, and they said tomorrow or Sunday evening late, so I'll likely have that on at the end of the video. Let's go outside. Well, it's another day. So we worked fairly late into the evening last night and got the shelter up. Now, Tara has done this. When I came home from work, she was putting up this fabric, and what we had done in the past, this is actually an old satellite dish. Now we put it onto this play structure area for the animals, and we had a bunch of fabric. So our daughter is taking fashion at high school. She's just entering grade 12, and we had a whole bunch of this material donated. It's like a canvas type material. So Tara decided to put it on top of there, and we're going to see how that goes. We did have reeds on there, but the animals just ended up ripping it to shreds, and you know, it was too attractive for them. So I was just about to set up some lights in the new building. Now we do have tons of Christmas lights. They're the white LED lights, and they run around all of the fencing. So at night, everything lights up. So Tara likes the white Christmas lights. It's kind of like a white wonderland. So I was just going to put those up. I was, you see here, the piggies are digging. So there's Wiggles and there's Bouncer over there. So they're having a great old time in here. So it looks like they're taking a break from the rooting. Yeah, I guess they're just tilling it all up for us, so we'll be able to level it. And when they get a little bit larger, we'll put them in the larger pen area and see how they make out with our two pot-bellied pigs. Okay, here we go. So coming in to here, if you checked out that, if you took a look on the time lapse, it was cute because you saw all the ducks going around, going and bathing in the water in the background, and of course Fernando, which is over here, and Sheldon. Where is Sheldon? Sheldon was helping me out this morning. Oh, Sheldon is actually over there. Sheldon was in here. He's been hanging out in this area, so we would just want to make sure that he's not being picked on by the other animals, which are, looks like they're all in the back. They were lying just over here relaxing. So I'm going to put up these LED Christmas lights. Now we had picked up a bunch from Costco. When was that? That was last Christmas at like $5 a length. So Tara picked up about, I don't know, 70, and she told me to pick up 50. So we have a lot of them. So we're going to run. I changed the plug over here. This used to be just a light fixture. So I wired in a plug, and then I'm going to bring the string down, across, over, and then back up and around through the center. So this whole area will be all lit up with some nice Wonderland lights. So this morning what I was doing, open farm was happening, and I got in here and there was the last section of shelter that I pulled apart, and here's all the pieces. All these, this wood was donated years ago, and we'll find another use for it for sure. Now we finished off this building before or after we built on these well, they were wood sheds essentially, but then became shelters. So down here we're kind of missing because we just kind of tucked it in behind. None of this steel here is screwed at all. So we'll fix that up and put some more steel on there so that the animals won't injure themselves on the edges or anything. We'll screw that into place. And then I was just cleaning up the mess here of all the material. So that's where I'm kind of sitting on this project now. I am going to start hooking up some lights and getting that all done. Right, Fernando? Yeah. Hannibal, I had to kick Hannibal out of that corner. Hannibal loves that corner, don't you, buddy? But of course it was too dangerous for you to be underneath while I was deconstructing it. Now Hannibal, when he came in, 3-4 weeks ago-ish, he had a horrible cough, and that seems to have been taken care of. So it was likely due to heaves, I'm guessing, and heaves is when they're eating hay that is a little dusty. They stick their nose in it, and then they can breathe that in and get it into the lungs. But he's been on nice green, clean hay. We use the smaller bales. Heaves is usually when you have the big bales because they have to stick their nose right in there to get the good stuff. So he's doing great. So anyway, that is it. I'm going to put up those lights and I'll see you in a second. I also want to head over, as I discussed earlier, and go check on Manya. So I'll do that as well. So I just got a message saying that the neighbors are now home, so we'll be heading over there right away. But I wanted to show you a couple things before we head over. So the gate did run across here, but our problem was that Carl kept on hitting this post, and it's so loose. So with male goats, the girls aren't so bad, but with males, they like to test things. So we have a spring gate running right across here. I didn't think it would go. It's pretty snug, but it does work. And then Tara picked up some wicker furniture. Somebody was donating some wicker furniture, so she put it out here. There's a table up front, and I think she's going to put that in here. And then she did finish painting this pony shelter. So you've got the window there for just a breezeway going through. And then she's got some old farm supplies. This looks like, I can't think of the name of it, but off a wagon, and you hook up. It looks like the steering of a wagon. Let's go with that. And then on the side of the building, and I don't even recognize a lot of these things. So she's been getting a lot of neat stuff donated. So we've got some old rustic stuff. So she's kind of hung that on the side just to give it an idea. Now this here, so this, she says, isn't quite hooked up yet. So she's run the line right across here. And I see what she's done. So she's just kind of wrapped it around the pole here. So I'll have to fix that. But this just goes to show, you know, it's there, they see it, but they don't test it because they know that it could be energized. Another thing while I'm at it is I'm going to have to fix this corner. So it's come apart, the side of the building has rotted. And it's just pulled right apart from that. So I'll have to fix that at the same time, which I might do that a little bit later on after we go over and see Manya. So the idea here is, this is, well, an opening. So there's a door on the other side of it, but what I want to do is take the sheet metal off here and then frame out a section on each side here to come out, and then put like a door, like a storm door maybe, something that during the wintertime we can actually walk right through the building and we can come into here without any problems, and then get the ponies some feed. Then the chickens. So this isn't looking too great. You know, they are getting some bugs, but they're not getting the greens. So we'd like to get these guys out and do free range on them. So once, well, we could do it, I guess, anytime. I guess anytime Tara is wanting us to do it. We'll take down this here, and then they can just kind of go in free range. Now, we didn't have it open because, of course, Carl and Billy would get in there, and usually what happens is, and you have to be very careful with goats, is the door's right over there. The door looks pretty small going in for the chickens, but they can squeeze in there pretty easily. So you want to make sure that, you know, there is a good barricade between the goats and any kind of feed or grain. All right, so that's that building. So now I want to head over to the pond, and I want to show you, I want to try something. I had mentioned that we're going to aerate the hose that goes in, that shoots out into the pond. I wanted to see if I could drill some holes in it and aerate it. And somebody said, well, isn't that just going to be a sprinkler? It might. I don't know. But we'll soon find out. So let's see. It looks like everybody's come back from the back. How you guys doing? You have a good feed? Hi, Shanzi. How you doing? And Barry, you're lying in the sun, aren't you, bud? Now, so this is the section here. And we want to do something else with this. Probably put some kind of waterfall or something. Likely won't be until next year. But the idea is, on this pipe, and I have a good length of pipe to play with. So if I mess this up, well, I can just cut off the piece and away I go. So the idea is to use a small bit and to drill on as tight of an angle as I can. Now this water is coming out nice and clear. What I'd like to see is that it sucks air into that. Now, there might have to be a hose that is longer so it draws it in. But I'm just going to try, this is a pretty thick-walled pipe, I'm just going to try to drill a hole in it and see what happens. Okay, so I've got my drill bits here. I'm going to take the smallest one I can and put it into my drill here. Alright, now, I'm not sure how far, I guess I should have Googled this first, but let's just try it and see what happens. You know, we learn by doing. So, I want to get on a tight angle. I'm going to probably have to start it this way, and then pull in a nice tight angle. Yeah, it's just dripping out of there. I was hoping it would draw air. It would draw air into it because it's on such a tight angle. But I think what I need here is a hose that goes through on an angle, and then like a little breather pipe that comes out. Look who we have here. Okay. Make sure I lock their gate. So this is Loretta, my neighbor. And, well, the big one's not Molly, for sure. That's Bess. So, and, yeah, there's Manya. And there's little Molly. So she's, yeah, she's almost, not quite taller, but pretty close.
Come on, Bess.
Yeah. Hi, Molly.
She's still not too hands-on.
Yeah.
Have her in the barn. Come here.
Well, take lots of hands on.
There we go.
Oh, they're looking good.
Go eat.
Ah.
Bess, give you a nip. There you go.
So O'Neill wants to get some bigger horses.
Yes.
And you wanted the little ones.
And I want, well, I want one more female small one.
Yeah.
Just in case Manya in time has to be put down.
Oh, yeah.
because Bess is already 28.
Oh, right. And Manya is 16 or 17, I think.
Her foot,
So,
like I don't let anybody come in and stress her. And she's used to the grandkids. She don't run from them, but someone else comes up, she kind of runs, and
Yeah.
I notice she limps really bad.
yeah.
But in time, if something happens, I don't want Molly to be by herself.
Yes.
But
yeah.
she loves Bess.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like we can separate them and keep Manya in scissor nip.
Well, of course, when there's
What,
grain
she'll kick
around,
her.
right? A little feisty girl.
Oh, she's a troublemaker.
She's a cutie.
Her coloring just changed last week. She had 4 tan socks up until last week.
Oh, really?
And all of a sudden it just went all the way dark.
Hey, are you a little thoroughbred?
She's pretty much weaned. I only see her nurse maybe a couple times a day now. But after she eats, she'll go get a drink. But yeah, she doesn't, very seldom does she nurse now.
Well, you're too tall to nurse.
But yeah, she has a hard time getting down and getting under
I
there now.
imagine. She'd have to be down on her knees.
Manya, is it good? Come back.
Molly is getting as big as her mom, so they're doing pretty good. Still need a little bit of hands-on. Now, if you're new to this channel or you haven't seen the video about Manya, Manya came in over the winter and she was one of 27 horses that were seized from a property. They went to another ranch that we deal with, and that ranch contacted us because they were concerned, since Manya had a bum leg and she was pregnant, that she would just end up going for meat. So they contacted us and said, you know, we've got this pony here. Are you willing to take her? And of course we said, yeah, no, bring her over. So we brought over, and she had Molly earlier this year, and then Loretta expressed an interest in both of them, and it was perfect. They're all set up. They've got the 3 horses there. Apparently O'Neill wants some bigger horses. They used to have quite a few Clydesdale Belgian horses, so large horses. Anyway, the girls are up north of Winnipeg, about an hour north, and they're picking up a sheep, a female sheep. I'm not exactly sure what the story is, but I know she was breeding, and they don't want her to breed anymore, or she had, I'm not exactly sure the story, but she has prolapse uterus, so that's the reason why they don't want to do it, or that she had been. So she's coming here. So that'll be exciting to see a new little girl sheep. And what I'll do is I'm just going to run a quick little time lapse of the day's events today while I was working on the barn. And then when the girls get back, we'll cut to them and end the video. So stay tuned. Okay, who do we have here? I see we have Sheldon weeding. Ah, oh, I thought it was a sheep.
It is.
Oh, it is a sheep. Okay, it's a haired sheep.
This is Bronwyn.
Bronwyn. Oh, okay. Well, she'll make an interesting addition, won't she?
Hey, girl.
She doesn't know what to think. Oh, she says, "Oh, what's that? That's a little goat."
Then we got 2 chickens in the back seat.
Oh yeah.
Bronwyn, come on. Good girl. Hey.
Okay, well, we'll keep her in here a little bit, and we'll let. Oh, look at the other sheep. So let them check each other out at the fence line. Oh, they're all there. There's like, who's the new girl? Look at those guys. It's like, who's the new one? Well, one of the guys there are girls, so Tinker's a girl. But they're all excited to see a new one. Hey, who's that? Even some of the goats are in there.
Apparently it's Catadin Dorper cross.
It's a Dorper cross?
Catadin?
Catadin Dorper cross. Yeah, the Dorper is the hare sheep. I think that the Dorper's the hare, right? That's what the little one we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the tail, the longer tail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, she's in. Now we just want to make sure that she is okay. Everybody's checking her out. She's checking them out. And everything looks good.
Apparently timid, so.
No, she's making new friends. Oh. And of course that's Turbo. Turbo's always a little pushy. And that's the new one. A little bit different than our Canadian Arcot sheep that we have. But she looks like she's going to fit in really well. Turbo is a little pushy with her. But she comes from a place where they have intact male rams. Now the concern is, Tara was telling me that she was in with a ram, with an intact ram. So we're hoping that she's not pregnant, but I guess time will tell. If she is pregnant, it'll be like a January baby. So we'll see as time goes. So that's it for this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, and we will see you next weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.